Welcome to Malone Stadium, everyone, with analyst Chris Mikoski. I'm Lynn Rollins. Chris, both of these teams had nice years in 2018, but they came up a bit short at the end in hopes of making postseason.
Yeah, they were both 2 weeks left in the season in contention for their respective conference championships, unable to finish strong. So a rough end to last year, hoping for a strong start to this year.
And the Grambling Tigers can rely on a strong defensive front led by defensive end Anthony Mullins. Very strong, very quick. He gets after the passer.
He's a transfer from Mississippi State, runs extremely well, had 25 tackles a year ago, really anchors that defensive line for GSU.
This ULM offense is keyed by quarterback Caleb Evans. He is a dual threat. He can run, he can throw.
And he's in elite company, one of only 3 FBS quarterbacks a year ago to put together multiple games with at least 290 yards passing and 100 yards rushing, the definition of dual threat.
With Chris Mikoski, I'm Lynn Rollins. Chris, last year these teams played toward the end of the season, and a ULM victory made them bowl eligible. It's a bit different scenario here tonight.
Yeah, both 0-0 coaches emphasizing during the week that this is a chance to hit the reset button. Both of these squads lost by big margins a week ago. None of that matters anymore as they begin Sun Belt play.
Well, the Jaguars, as they have been for 3 previous years, are led by Trey Mentor, an all-purpose running back. He runs the ball very effectively. He catches the ball very effectively. This is one of the best players in the Sun Belt Conference.
Yeah, maybe one of the best running backs in the country right now. He's on the Senior Bowl watch list, could very well end up in that prestigious All-Star game at season's end. Coaches joke that they wish they could give it to him on every single play, but they hope to at least get him 20 touches tonight. Came into his own during the offseason, during the summer, put on some more muscle. He's in better shape, and all through camp they saw a guy who can make a lot of big plays.
Well, the Warhawks have their own version of Mentor at tailback in the youngster Josh Johnson. He burst on the scene with a huge game against Grambling in week 1. He's one of the leading rushers in the country.
And that was a lot of fun to see. Last time we were here in Malone Stadium against GSU, came into his zone, wound up with 173 yards on that game and 2 scores. And now Johnson ranks 2nd in the Sun Belt Conference and 8th in FBS in rushing.
On into Malone Stadium, everyone, with college football analyst Chris Mikoski. I'm Lynn Rollins. Chris, this is still a very important game for both of these teams as we get to the penultimate game in the regular season. For Coastal Carolina, it's a team that truly has played better than its record. Meanwhile, the Warhawks, with a win this week and a win next week, can become bowl eligible for the 2nd straight season.
Yeah, Coastal Carolina with an early win over a Power 5 team in the Kansas Jayhawks, then some close losses since then. And you mentioned ULM bowl eligibility. That's the case for Coastal Carolina too. Either of these teams could get into a bowl if they win 2 more. A lot of factors tied into that, and we'll go through those throughout the course of the broadcast.
Coastal Carolina likes to run the football, and they do it well, and C.J. Marable is one reason why.
Yeah, and they've continued to give him the rock. Last week had the most carries he's had all season long, 28 against Arkansas State, rushed for 142 yards and a score, also had 4 catches for 6 yards.
This has been a very potent ULM offense all season long, and one of the reasons is Marquise McCray, the #1 receiver.
Yeah, 5th-year senior playing here on Senior Day, his final home game inside Malone Stadium. The ULM's leading pass catcher with over 43 yards a game. That adds up to 432 yards in the season. He also owns the team's longest reception on the year, a 52-yarder against South Alabama.
So today it is ULM and it is Coastal Carolina. Sun Belt Conference football coming your way from Monroe, Louisiana. We'll be back with the kickoff on ESPN3.